Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2023, and in the Formula One World Championship in 2023, we are not seeing Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo, as we know, is very experienced in the seat of a Formula One car, but has had a rough few years. We can't really go through all of that because it's just not necessary. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the struggles that this Australian man has experienced, but we do know that Ricciardo is pure driving skill. He has got that pure driving skill in a Formula One car. Daniel Ricciardo is not going to be in Formula One in 2023, and this is quite sad for a man like Ricciardo. Well, if you're honest, the 2022 season wasn't really great for Ricciardo, as Formula One was in its new era of new regulations, including ground effect cars and porpoising, and that McLaren MCL36 did just not perform to Ricciardo's standards. He had plenty of mishaps, some minor, some major, like he's crashed with Carlos Sainz in Imola in the race. He's crashed in practice in Monaco, a fairly major mishap rather than minor mishap. And another minor mishap was at Mexico, his contact with Yuki Tsunoda, Brazil with Kevin Magnussen. And, well, Ricciardo's had his tough times. The crash in Imola, where he was almost prematurely out of the race, struggled, and was not even talked about, while his teammate Lando Norris, the first non-Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes driver, or outside the top 6 to get a podium, the only one in the season that was not a Red Bull, Ferrari or Mercedes to get a podium in 2022, shows you how uncompetitive the season was, in my opinion. But great drive from Lando Norris that day, he deserved it all. But Daniel Ricciardo, we all know, has got pure driving talent. He's got a lot of speed. Azerbaijan, for example, Malaysia 2016, Canada 2014, Hungary, you name it all. Ricciardo knows how to race wheel to wheel, as you've seen on screen, but also a very fast driver. The last of the late breakers, as people say it, and as you've seen on screen. And Canada 2014, his first ever Formula One Grand Prix win, is an example of one of his best performances. And another one is basically Hungary, where he battled with Lewis Hamilton and a guy that was driving a car that could understeer and oversteer at the same time, Fernando Alonso, in that rubbish Ferrari. He went on to win his second Formula One Grand Prix. And Ricciardo from Monaco 2018 until some point in 2021 had to wait, and in Monza 2021 he got his first victory of the decade and for McLaren, and well, his last Formula One victory. It was a day that McLaren I don't think will ever forget, especially the McLaren fans, because this was the best race of 2021 as voted. Most of the votes coming from McLaren fans, but to be honest, Monza 2021 was a very fantastic race. I cannot deny that. I did watch everything. Ricciardo coming into 2022 just did not perform as well as Lando did. Well, his best finish, Ricciardo, was a 6th place at his home Grand Prix in Melbourne, and well, the struggles kind of continued on for Daniel Ricciardo, and towards the end of the season was announced to leave McLaren, unfortunately. But he would sit out 2023, but at least would be part of the Red Bull racing team, or Oracle Red Bull Racing, as he would become a third or reserve or whatever kind of driver for Red Bull. And at least he is somewhere away from, well, at least he's not away from Formula One, but he's just not got the drive. But at least Red Bull did a favor to keep him sort of in Formula One wherever the time comes for him to come into the sport. I honestly do hope Daniel Ricciardo comes back to Formula One, and with some rumors, well, suggesting, but not actually true, that he could replace Sergio Perez after what happened in Sao Paulo of 2022. But For the moment, Ricciardo's on the sidelines, but as a third driver for Red Bull Racing. Well, Happy New Year to you all. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. And well, have a good 2023. See you guys next time. Adios.